Well, what we have here is a very messy desk. This is my Singer sewing machine. I've been making bags and all the things, and then, like all the other tables, sometimes they get clustered. So it's easier to clean it up with a friend. So we have some cat treats. They're the catnip sticks, and then a little toy catnip on it. What I do is I just get my jug of catnip that I bought. It's been well over 2 years. It's still just as fresh on Amazon or Walmart somewhere. It's dried. And I just put these inside of it and mess them around for a few minutes, and then the cats go crazy with it. So we have a gift bag that came with my VR. And the whole reason I'm doing this video is because I want to play with my VR. And it's been uncharging for months, since November or so. And I think I played it once or twice. And then that was it. And you can't just keep it charged all the time. You got to let it run down. So I'm charging it back up, but I have 500 cords. And I had to figure out which cord was the appropriate one. Just because it fits and it looks like it's charging doesn't mean it's the appropriate one. So anyway, this is a huge gift bag that comes from Amazon. I don't have any need for it, so it's going donation. I'm going to throw that in the trash over there. We have this pumpkin spice things up room spray. Heck to the yeah. You do that for good luck. Alrighty. We have these cute little bags that I got from Temu back in my Temu days. And believe it or not, I did go on the site. I did install the app. And then I just erased it. I'm like, no, I'm not getting into that again. So here are the 383. Yep. Here's the 3 models I own. 1924, 1922, and a 1923. This is a 24. So I made notes of their numbers on there so I know. This is one of the wheels that go down here. And then I have a couple of needles and a used needle up here. So this is going to be my sewing thing. I have a handle for my bags that I make. I have this neat little organizer which has extra wheel, rubberized wheel things that go here on the thread. The extra thread, the thread winder. I'll spit it out. Really, I will. Okay, put that down there. There. I have a potato bag, microwave bag that I've made. If you've ever watched All Under the Squirrel Tree, she just mentioned to me. I did not make this one. I was given this, or I know I wouldn't have bought it. So yes, I was given it because somebody made it. And then I have it here because I wanted to make some more. And this fits perfectly in my microwave, whereas I made a bigger one and it doesn't. So I wanted to get the measurements right. That's why that's there. We have a whole box full of thread winders, which the top is here. I had a bunch of materials on the floor. I got rid of those, put those in the garbage bag, put them in the dump. Don't want them done and over with. I had a whole mess of extra material that I'm given to a friend who is just starting up her sewing, whatever you want to call it, career, hobby. Flashlight from Temu. These are the rechargeable ones. The bottom where you turn it on and off, the little rubber thing, if you're not careful, it comes off like these. But you can just poke something in there and it still works. But I like the rechargeable ones. And yes, you do get 500 different cords, and you have to make sure you know what goes where. So here is a charger. And sometimes you can figure out what the charger is by its brand name. But if not, it should help. It says battery charger, but I'm pretty sure it goes to my drill. Because this is where I last charged it before I needed it outside. And this is where I need those Velcro strips. Let me go put this over at the toolbox, which is behind you, which I don't want to trip and fall here. All right, let me put it right here. Boop. All right, what else do we got? So we're going to keep that there. It's got sewing goodies in it. This is another sewing. This is my glue gun. So I'm just going to start stacking things up that belong on the sewing table. Here's another type of rechargeable battery from Temu. This one has the power here, and then it goes in and out. This one's weak right now, but it goes in and out for distance. And I let them wear out on purpose. And then during the storms, I'll go through and I'll get all my rechargeable batteries or my flashlights. I'll charge them up, and then I'll put them in different rooms. So if I'm caught somewhere when the lights go out, I'll know exactly where one is. All right, plastic box is there. This says 120 volt Singer. This is another small catch-all box. This is a handy dandy cutter tool, which should go inside of here. Our weather has been in the 70s and then 80s, and now it's going to be the 60s at the end of the week, which I obviously knew was, you know, we're not done yet. The end of May is going to be our last frost date. Here's a very old key that belongs to one of my Singer cases. It doesn't work. All the gadgets are there, but you can't physically lock it and expect to hold it. You have to get I have another strap for it. If that makes sense. My wooden case. I'll have to find that. It's probably in my bedroom, because I already cleared out one sewing machine. I had too many sewing machines. Somebody wanted to look at my sewing machines, and I told them, well, it's a summertime project. I'm not going to go out of my way and go get them right now. All right, so here are some of the fabrics that I made, cut for my potato bags. You have to make sure they're 100% cotton, as well as the thread you use. Otherwise, it's going to go in the microwave because it'll catch fire. So just a little tip. Don't try to cheat. Here's some yarn that found its way over here, probably when I was doing my turn thing here that you can't see. Making cakes is the terminology I'm looking for. Got a bunch of scraps. I was into sewing for a very long time. Here's another flashlight, because I wanted to sell some at our local garden shop, and our garden shop just opened up a week ago, and they have not displayed my stuff. So I asked them when they were going to do that, and they always want you to come in instead of just chatting over the internet and whatnot. So I'm not going to go out of my way to get a whole mess of these done if they're not going to, one, sell, and two, if they change their mind. So they may just lose me as a customer if that's the case, and they couldn't tell me to begin with. Now, as daring as this looks, here's the cup. This is oil, and I happen to have this syringe, but it doesn't have a pointed end. It just has a hollow end. So I have a tip, and I have the oil, so I can get into fine places on this. You'll find holes and stuff. So I place that to where it doesn't move. We have sandpaper for who knows what. We have, oh, this is a little booklet that came with the cat things, catnip. And then more things about the catnip, which I don't need. I know what catnip does and how, and I'm actually growing my own. Let me grab the garbage bin real quick. Oh. So yeah, I have everything that I want to sew. I've sewed. As far as, well, let's clarify that. Not sew as in sewing machine, sew as in seeds. I have them all in the trays that I want them in. Outside in the greenhouse, I do not have a speck of room left unless it's on the floor and it's in my way. I have those tomato plants that I up-potted. Those are coming back. You know, some of them were wilty looking, as they're supposed to, for stress. But those are bouncing back. And I can't just keep putting seeds everywhere in hopes that, you know, I'll have room when the appropriate time comes. So I have stopped putting seeds into soil until the season gets here. And then I can direct sow some stuff. Like today, I put in I put in some cabbage, cauliflower, cabbage and cauliflower in the new grow tower on the outside of my greenhouse. Because it is a cool weather crop, and now is a perfect time. It's like now is a perfect time to put seed on your lawn if you want to grow some grass. It loves the cooler nights. Otherwise it gets too hot and then it won't do anything. So usually when I grow grass is I'll spray it real good, and then I'll take a rake and rake it up and fluff up the dirt. And then I'll sprinkle it, and then I'll water it again, and then I'll place a tarp on top with bricks and rocks and stuff. As soon as that starts growing, the deer will eat it. So it's just one of those, you gotta watch it kind of things whenever it starts growing. But that is a very good way of getting your grass to grow. Got a cat brush, one of these that pop out whenever you're done. It works really well. I also have the glove that works really well. That has the silicone type knobs on it. That works great. But Ziva has such staticky fur that I have to dip this in water before using it on her, because it's, you know, you get static all the time and you're not going to like it. It may tickle, it may hurt if it's stronger, so I have to dip this in water. Alright, and here's 500 cords. I got a whole mess more in my craft room. I've been keeping my craft room door open now, because I don't even have the heater on. It's set over at 60, which I'm going to bring it down to 55. I don't expect it to turn on. So we're getting at that stage of life where I'm not going to need my heater as much. I'm getting all the bits and pieces, and then I'll take a cloth and clean this off. But yeah, this machine has been a freaking charm. I have been getting some, what do you call them? Standard machines from the Goodwill. Been going through them, cleaning them, using them. But they're just too complicated and, you know, and too iffy, and things don't work well. Whereas this one is just a simple straight stitch, easy to thread, easy to do a whatever. It has a light on it, which I haven't unplugged now. But yeah, it's been a charm, and it's been great. Once I figured out the fine tuning of it, it's great. So let me see. Let me go get some cleaning cloths here. But nothing else in the grow world is going to happen. I am going to just keep you updated how all the seeds are doing. My flower seeds haven't changed much. There's one flower that's sticking out amongst the rest. It's a very long, lanky one. I have a pot full of them in the greenhouse. I don't know what kind. I think it was from the wildflower mix. So I'm going to transplant just that one, because it's pushing up against the plastic as it's still on the heat pad, because the others haven't been germinating yet. So that's the only transplant I'm going to be doing. And then when I'm doing this, I will show you, which I'm going to end up donating, not to Goodwill, but to a local sewing shop. A coworker, their mother passed away about 2 years ago now, and she was a quiltaholic. And let me go get it here. She did 2 quilts. You know, I don't know what they'd be used for. I don't want them ruined between the cats and whatever else. But here's a small sample of her work. And this one has like blanket stitch. Changes the frock, and it shows a little diagram. And then, so, actually, you know what? Let me turn you around and pause you, turn you around so you can see these better. Alright. But I'm going to donate these to the quilt shop because, you know, I don't know if it's upside down. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay. I thought they were neat and they inspired me. But, very well neat done and everything else. So, the daughter's like, well, I don't know what to do with these. I just don't want to, you know, donate them to Goodwill. And I was like, no, I'll take them. You know, and then now I'm sitting here going, what am I going to do with them? So there's no lining or anything. It's just those 2 fabric pieces. There's one of them. Let me grab the other one. The other one's smaller, but this one's my favorite. See if I have it right set up. Nope, right there. All right. So I'll read you what all it says. But this is, there's 6 panels of it. And it has the quilting on the back, the little squiggly lines and stuff. But yeah, very well done. So we have, I don't need a find myself. I'm always at the sewing machine. And then it says Fifi's Fabric Follies, which is the store. I went to the fabric store for one thimble. I forgot what happened after that. Prozac, Schizomac. Haven't these people ever heard of Fabric Store? Fabric drives me sane. The best way to tell if you're a fabric addict is to check your stash. If you can see the ceiling, it's not that bad. Ah, love that one. And then last, the shopping list. Fabric, quilting fabric, sewing fabric. How cute. So yeah, a lot of work went into this. And Goodwill would not be the place to donate these. I donated a very large diamond painting. It was a tiger, and it was probably about this big wide, a tiger, Bengal tiger face. And I wrapped its beads. It had a huge amount of beads, or diamonds, whatever you want to call it. And I put it inside, and I rolled it up, and I used rope, and I used rubber bands. And I'll be dang if a couple days later I go over to Goodwill to go see what they have. And here in one of their carts that they take out of the back room to separate into the shelves is my big pack of tiger beads. And I know it was mine because I write the names on there and whatnot. So I go over to the craft aisle. I'm bringing it with me. And I go over to the craft aisle and I'm like looking through it. And I'm like, it's not here. Oh my gosh, this is stupid. That pissed me off. But I'm donating it. I haven't touched it in 3-4 years. But the fact is they can't keep it together. So one person puts it there as a whole. Another person picks it up, doesn't realize it's falling out. And then they go put it somewhere else and things get separated. So it's one of those they don't care. And I couldn't find any of them. They were selling my diamond paintings for like $3.50. And a lot of them didn't have the diamonds with it. They probably just so they can double their money. They already get lots of money. But anyway, that's my rant for now. I'm going to continue just finishing up this. I'm going to go sit back down because my back's been bothering me. I did a whole flower bed out front. I shoveled the gutter that had all the leaves in the dirt, and I found some huge earthworms. And then I did some more planting and cleaning and mowing the lawns and stuff, so I need to take it easy with my back. And that's about it until things are growing pretty good and it's starting to get better next month. I guess I will continue to make videos as needed. Until then, bye-bye.